Good day. I want to clarify an issue here. There is a difference between supply chain management and operations management, although the two concepts do have a particular similarity. Now, here's the similarity. Both supply chain management and operations management can relate to inputs. All right. On the supply chain management side, the main input is goods, finished goods, raw material. On the operations management side, you have raw material, finished goods, but you may have information technology, human resource, fuel, and a host of things, many other inputs. Customers are inputs as well. Now, there's another concept that they share. In supply chain management, when inputs come in, particularly in manufacturing, these inputs are converted. All right, they are converted into a finished product. Now, not all supply chains are like that. All right, some supply chains buy and resell. Some supply chains buy spare parts, sub-assemblies, a list of items to support an operation, like an airline, right? So an airline will purchase rivets and screwdrivers and hard hats, etc., tissue paper. These items are called MROs, maintenance, repair, and operating supplies, right? But let's keep it simple. When we talk about supply chain, most times we look at it from a manufacturing perspective. So let's go with that example. Raw material comes in. That raw material, the procurement manager procures the raw material. It's converted or it's transformed into a finished product, right, by the plant, and the supply chain manager or procurement manager will get it to the end user. Operations management, inputs as well. Raw material, customers, information, and a couple other things. People, right? Now, here's the thing. These inputs contribute to a transformation process. So, case in point, an airline, or maybe a bit an easier example, like a bakery. So the operations manager at a bakery would be responsible for overseeing the purchases of the raw material, will be responsible for the new chef that came to work recently. All right. The operations manager would have communicated with the HR team, right, to ensure that they got a new chef. Right. The operations manager would ensure that the chef is trained, would ensure that everyone is trained accordingly. The operations manager would ensure that quality is adhered to in the transformation process. So that transformation process, so you're baking a cake, all those inputs contribute to the baking of the cake, from the raw material to the chef to the other persons involved, right? All contribute to the baking of that cake, right? So they all contribute to the transformation process. And then you have the finished product, which is the cake. Now, so there's a difference. If you're seeing it, and if you look at my screen, the operations function works with several other functions, including supply chain management, to get the job done. Supply chain management, on the other hand, supports the operation. Supply chain management is just another business function within the organization that collaborates with the operations manager or the operations function. And it's not necessarily a case of one being senior to the other, although this may vary from organization to organization. It's all about collaboration. The human resource manager will ensure that staff is recruited in a timely manner, will ensure the training and development of staff. the supply chain manager will support the operation of that bakery, ensuring that the raw material, goods, as well as services are procured in a timely manner. And to ensure as well that goods that are procured within the right quality as well, and among other things, which we don't want to get into, right? So I hope that clears it up. Supply chain management, or a supply chain manager, is a contributor to the operations function. All right? Both the operations function and the supply chain function can understand the concept of inputs. Both can understand that concept of inputs, because particularly in manufacturing, because they're seeing that raw material, or they're responsible for that raw material coming in. And directly, the procurement team is responsible for that raw material. The operations manager might be in an indirect way. So the operations manager will collaborate with the supply chain manager, ensuring that the goods enter the organization or enter the supply chain in a timely manner. So that's the difference. They aren't the same. May look the same, but they aren't the same. Thank you.